from. I thank you people today for joining us. My special greeting goes to my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and to my wonderful Prime Minister, His Excellency, Obatosu. My people, yes, my people, we have every reason to be grateful to God for giving us such a man, very resilient, very rugged. I call him as well Nigeria antidote, because when you have something that is very toxic, you need an antidote for it. So I greet you people for joining us. Thank you so much. My name remains Betty Ada Biafra. Thank you, and you are all welcome.
Thank you, Ezra Ada Biafra. Still going clockwise, we have the ancient one in the house, our own beloved brother. Please introduce yourself. 555.
Lovely Biafrans, my comrade. Vam, 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 vam. I greet you, Sana Barawa. I greet you, my comrade, my minister, Betty Ford, Ada Biafra. I greet you. I extend our greetings to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the Vulcan of our time. I call him Vulcan from 555 Vision. The Vulcan is what we call him from here, because Vulcan is that object that can wake up on its own time and divide a nation. Then it will go down and relax. It will come up and do its job, come down and relax. Nobody can quench it. And from there, we call him the Vulcan of our time. His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. We are greeting you people from 555 Vision, Biafran Gospel, and the Bible. The Gospel is about to start. Anything you read in the Bible is the history of human being, and the Biafra have their own gospel. Biafra is a religion, and we are coupling it. We love you all.
Thank you so much. And I have, Betty Ada Biafra, go ahead. You want to say something?
Yes, so I want to acknowledge my minister, Mr. Sonny. He's a wonderful, he has a very good leadership quality. And you that work with him directly, you are fantastic. Your name reigns like a woman's name. You know the way beautiful girls, everybody wants them. That's how everybody talks about Vam Vam Vam. Even some people don't know. I don't know where you inherited that name from, but I really love it. So my minister, I acknowledge you, especially Mr. Sonny Akparawa. I envy your leadership quality, the way you lead us, the way you are always calm. I pray to God to give me such calmness and such abilities to organize a group. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. And you need to know how grateful we are to also have the last woman standing. You are the last woman standing in the media team. Because many have come and gone, and you are still here. In fact, you have overstayed so many of them, and you are still pumping. That means you have too much grace upon your life. And the Biafrans, you need to look that this is a very powerful lady indeed for Biafra, honestly speaking. And now moving ahead clockwise, I have my own guy in the house, my boss. I call him a Kuroku of Biafra land. You know, when he opens his mouth, it's only wisdom and knowledge that come out. And when he begins to speak, You know, sometimes he will speak, so it's just like the preaching of Jesus when he was preaching somewhere, sleeping somewhere, awake, and then he continued to preach. So I hand over the microphone to my boss, Mazia Brawa.
Oh, bam, bam, bam. You know, go kill me with laugh. I salute you, Prime Minister, bam, bam, bam. Minister 555 Vision and my Minister Adabia Betty, and all the ministers of the media who are doing the good work of Biafra, preaching the gospel and sharing the message. All of you on the comment section, you're all part of the ministers of the media. All of you sharing, posting, writing, and attacking the enemies of Biafra on the comment section, you're all ministers of the media. I salute all of you. We salute our eternal leader, our supreme leader, our former president of Biafra. Then we come to our pride of Biafra of the day, which is our prime minister. We salute his courage and tenacity and his entire cabinet. Then we go down to the BTW who are making sure that the zoo collect woto and they feel the pain and understand what it means to village in Biafra land. Yes, we've come again, and as we normally say, get a cup of coffee so that while Bam 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 will be giving it to you undiluted, you will understand what it means. We salute all of you and welcome you all. Ada Biafra, just like my minister Bam 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 said, we have to applaud you for being able to sustain the terror amongst
The very powerful woman amongst men. Chineke very
I
very
know,
powerful.
I know,
so
I
power
know.
to your egos so that you can be able to sustain. So keep up the good work. And to all the ladies out there, we have the likes of Mouthpiece, we have the likes of Clara, we have the likes of Warrior Sister, we have the likes of Stella, we have the likes of Warrior Queen, we have the likes of Obi from Chicago, we have
Peter, Helen Peters.
Ellen Peters, and many of them that host programs and speak with bold and loud voices. I commend all your work, and that is super proud of
Claridim.
Clara Deans and the rest of them. Please, if we forget your name, don't hold it against us. You are all in the media, and the Prime Minister is super proud of you. And we, the media department, we are all working pari passu. I salute all of you as we move on. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, my able, powerful Minister of Communications. Fellow Biafrans, we are going very straight to the topic of the day. Earlier on today, I tried to establish a topic which have metamorphosed into this particular subject tonight, and we want to discuss on the secret bond between Mazi Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that secret bond we see and we have observed and we can now confirm is Biafra Republic government in exile. It was a bond indeed, a secret oath between these two powerful individuals, second to none individuals. And it is very important because their testaments are just unique, you know, one before the other. Just the way you have the Old Testament before the New Testament. The Old Testament was so unique, and then the New Testament, when it comes, it begins to make your eyes open to understand some of the things you saw in the Old Testament, but you did not understand the meaning. And the truth is that it is not everybody that can explain it. That is why many are called, but few are chosen. So when you see this wonderful movement going on for the emancipation of Umu Chineke, you understand where it is coming from. Now, I want to establish this, Umu Chineke. How can you explain this? Why is it that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as Chukwuokike Abiama gave him the burden for the freedom of Biafra, and nobody can deny the fact that he is one individual that is different from even his predecessors, Dimodumegwu Owazurike, because he is so determined and ready to even give his life, not afraid to die, not afraid. He was so unique in that. And because he was so unique and not self-centered, his mind was open to everyone, including ndị ezinụlọ, ndị agbata obi, ndị ụmụnne, ndị ụmụnna. Everybody was just flowing along because he believed that everybody had the same passion and everybody wanted freedom. But he never knew that that thing that they used to say that na mini biabano pubo or never had a John Wasilo with a banne afọ. I don't know, it maybe Paul Onbiko will explain when he picks the microphone. You know, because he didn't want to give that benefit that now there could be a time when a John we see with a banner for or mini we see we buy him more people. He just opened himself up and believed, let's go. But never little did he know that one Kano Takano, Emmanuel Kano, this one Kano, this one one Master Prophet, this that combining these things, there will be a lot of contentions. He is a man that is not moved though, but some of these things were just, you know, there waving like a weight and it was still moving until at the appointed time, when all the structures were built and made, he met an individual that was unique. And then he looked, and beyond all this structure and all these people and all these things, he identified a new dimension. He identified an individual that had grace that is different, grace that is ultimate, grace that is so unique. He now identified that this Old Testament needs a New Testament to be able to deliquate it. And I said, this is the New Testament. This is the new dimension. I am telling you, I have seen it, and I want you all to follow him and do the needful. And then, because he knew that a lot of things have happened around him all this while, he now decided to make a secret bond. We are still yet unable to unearth that bond. We are still yet unable to know what was the nitty-gritties of that bond between two of them. Because sometimes we hear the Prime Minister say, hey, Nekwanda, if any name Nnamdi Kanu para, Kanda Choriji Weta Abacha. He will say, lie, I will make sure I get Biafra from Nnamdi Kanu. That is the bond. And every time you see him unveiling different ideas, different things, different ministry, different department, the Gemma, the Central Bank, the Ministry of Justice, everything, the Foreign Affairs Ministry, everything springing up, and the perfection is second to none. So I am going to open the mic for my colleagues and my comrades in the platform to please tell us, what can you say? I will begin with our own mommy, still going clockwise, about this bond. What is it that Nnamdi Kanu actually saw in this, our Prime Minister, that he never wanted to give up? Even in bondage, he said, do not deny him his rights as I have given him the place in Radio Biafra. But this Ndi Nzama, that Nnamdi Kanu decided to hide something from, because obviously he hid something from them, because some of them will come and say he didn't take oath, he's not part of the IPOB, even though Nnamdi Kanu told them that this man, with what he has done and is doing, he qualifies to be called Nwa Chineke. And Nwa Chineke is the ultimate, because he himself attributes that title to himself as Nwa Chineke. And that is the attribute he gives to Simon Ekpa. He qualifies to be Nwa Chineke. That did not even ring a bell to them. No wonder he decided to hide things from them. So I may have said some things, I may not have elaborated it very well. So from my beloved sister Betty, I need more elaboration on what I have just established now from your own perspective. Please, Nwada, if you understand me very well.
Dimkpa Biafra, Daluso. Thank you. I'm proud of you guys. That's why, let me first of all tell you this. When I was in secondary school, girls were gossiping with my name a lot. So I chose to go out with boys. That's why I'm getting on with all of you. I don't like mingling with women. I don't hate them all because I'm a woman, but I love relationship with men more because now, my people, those who are listening, there was a time, all of you will remember that our PM used to do exactly what we are doing now. But you know, the nature of, or the law of transition. he has now gone to a very high level, and we have to take over from him and be doing those things. When he was doing it, there was one night he was talking about the way he goes to these virtual meetings with Onyendu. So somebody, I think you were there that night. Somebody said, he said that the last meeting he went with Onyendu, that he doesn't even know where he can find it. So somebody said that he has the video. So he said to the person, please, if you have it, go and find it and forward it to me. And he forwarded it. In that video, he was wearing yellow, something like yellow jacket and khaki colored jeans and the golden shoe. Went to meeting with Onyendu, and when they got there, every question that that man asked Onyendu, he asked our PM to answer the question. So when the man asked Onyendu, what does he think? Or Onyendu asked him, he said that Simon has answered all the questions. So I believe that the Nzamas got the hint that Onyendu was veering towards PM more than them. And they were so angry. And that was maybe, I'm not in their mind why they sold him. You know, jealousy can drive people too far. Jealousy is a very bad driver. It can drive you to get accident or to somersault. So they somersaulted, because why Onyendu decided to be going out with our PM may be the reason why they sold him, because he later realized that these people nafabura ajo eje ebu ife n'isi. Because to me, I believe Ndi Nzama, they all they came thinking that Onyendu has opened an avenue whereby they will be making money. But Onyendu is not that type. Onyendu has no mansion. Onyendu has no car. Onyendu is very simple. Anytime you see him, he's in a very simplistic manner. He will just be living his simple life, being so hell-bent to bring Biafra. Because yesterday when PM said, that same type of anger is what Onyendu has. And Onyendu, being the prophet that he is, he saw that same, how do
grace,
they put it?
That anointing,
In
gift.
our PM. Yes, that chemistry. He saw that there is somebody that has the same spirit and the same drive as himself, unlike those ones that are with him. To the extent that he even told all Biafrans, Onyendu's word, Onyendu's word is like, I don't know, very endemic. If you are not careful, Onyendu buo madono, the person gayochuku, like Hezekiah. Onyanwa gayochuku magenyi another 15 years. Because Onyendu has a very powerful, I don't know how to put it. That man, he's like a mystery himself. All these calamities befalling both Kenya, Ndi Ambi, and Nigeria, as long as Faji Onyendu, because Onyendu did too much. Ordinary human being.
Exactly.
So for Onyendu to have told us to go and listen to Simon Ekpa, that he is bringing a new dimension. Can you not read the chemistry between them now? At least the way he is taking us is the kind of thing that Onyendu wants. So I believe that this topic you raise is very deep. But you know, some people, you know, some of us, we don't have this wisdom and knowledge. You know, even God said that some of us, we die for lack of knowledge. This very topic is very, very important. Onyendu knew what he saw in our PM, that he told us that he is bringing a new dimension to this awareness that we are making, that we should go and listen to him and share his message accordingly. I crammed that word, you know. So, Biafrans, with what our PM is doing, anybody that denies him that accolade, that endorsement, and that support is paying a lip service to this struggle. Because Ununanya, the last time Onyendu Bia caught, he was all smiles. And though the presence of our PM, Bonandi Ndi Ebubero Nwanne Fanobrokwa, our leader, you know, our PM is really doing that thing that made our leader to ask us to go and listen to him. So this topic is very, very important, and I know that Biafrans will understand. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you very, very much. And my beloved brother, and you are a spiritual man, you are very deep in your insight also. You know, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu could easily, you know, take decisions over all this bunch of distractions around him. But being a very unique man who doesn't want people to misunderstand him, he saw the gift and grace in Mazi Simon Ekpa. And then because of that, he confided in him in some deep things. If you are deep enough to unravel some, you can. But let me play this video. This will put you on a pedestal where you will step your foot on. Listen to this video, and with that, you can lay your own foundation. Let me play it now.
We are going to do wonders. I want you all to understand that we are in a very big battle. Battle for freedom is not for lily-livered people. It's not for kids. Battle for freedom, they throw bombs, rockets for people to get freedom. So freedom is not meant for people that are too emotional. It's not meant for people that somebody will talk this and talk that and then begin to shiver. No. I am born for Biafra to come. And I'm going to help Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to get Biafra. Believe me. Go and mark today's date. I want to assure Biafrans, so long as you continue to stand on your freedom, I will be there for you. So long as you continue to maintain that you have a right to live, I, Simon Ekpa, will be there. Any day, anytime.
Please, Mazi Paul, my beloved brother, lay your foundation. He said, I am going to help Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to bring Biafra. You know, people will not understand why he keep, he will never disconnect from his leader. He always connects himself with it. Because he knows that there is some oath, some bond that is attached. And he has told you, I am going to help him to bring Biafra. So I don't want to say what you have to say. So go ahead and lay your own foundation.
Yeah, lovely Biafrans. Thank you so much, my minister. Honorable Minister, we are here to give it the way it is. Biafra is a spirit to start with. And the spirit of Biafra has come to restore and to save the people that found themselves in the territory called Nigeria. Now, Mazi, our His Excellency Obatobi Simon Ebanjoko says he has come to help Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to restore Biafra. And he made it open and say that the battle for freedom is not moi moi. If we take it back, we will see when he made the revelation of his birth, when his mother gave birth to him. He says that the way the mother of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu gave birth to him is the same way his own mother gave birth to him.
Wow. I remember.
Now, if you go back to trace how Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was given birth, then you go and connect it with his own. Then you will see that Chukwukike Abiyama raised people that will come to restore Biafra. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu started his gospel, I thank God I am close there, because when he came to Barcelona, I received him. I am the one that opened the car. I carried his bag and I gave him seat. So we have met one-on-one. Now, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, when he came, we surveyed him and we understand the game he played. The reason he has more than 70,000 followers, and at the end, he say, inside all these people, he is not proud of 15. He can't assure you that he has 15 in them. They said, if you want to catch a chicken, you throw corn for the chickens. They will enter inside the room, you will lock them up. Then you will catch chicken. And they said, if you want to catch a fish, a sheep, you hold the baby of the sheep, then the mother will come. Every indigenous person found in Nigeria and every indigenous person in Africa is hungry of freedom. And the Mazen Nnamdi Kanu become the light of Africa. Now, the politicians introduced this love of money in our lives, that you can value money more than human being. Then when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu came, we know about a lot of people that has been the coordinators, the people that is different kind of dirty businesses. He said, all of you should come, gather here. You need freedom, I will give you freedom. Just like what Yahweh has told Peter. He said, you people are fishermen. I will make you to become the real fisher of a human being. A lot of people came, go to different kind of business people. They thought that this thing is all about making money. Then, when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu went to prove the kind of people that is following him in 2015, he said he will come to Nigeria. Some of the people very close to him are the people who went to Nigeria and they revealed that he is in a hotel. They went to hotel and arrested him. But one thing is this, Chukwukike Abiyama, that thing they said in the Bible, they say, I hide my life inside Jesus inside God, so no weapon formed against me shall prosper. That is the life of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Then, after long battle, before we come up with the 555 vision, it's not a small thing, because I am oath member and I have paid all the monthly dues and the all defense fund. Then we know when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu say that with the media, That is how we can get it. Information is power. That is why we come and show our face. Before coming, we already visited a lot of pastors and tell them, carry this gospel. They say no. But we know that they said in the Bible, they told Jonah, go and deliver this message. Jonah refused. And God have called us to deliver this message for a long time ago. Vam, vam, vam. Barawa, Betty, 247, every other person. Ikuku, Biafra Unite, everybody. We refused in different ways. But finally, we are doing it. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu came out again, he came and let the people know, you can arrest me. He went there and told Buhari, I am in your court, but I will win you. You can never win me in this court. Then we see the challenge. We establish our own program and everything. Cutting all long stories short, our prime minister said he has come to help Mazen Nnamdi Kanu restore Biafra. There is something very, 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 which language I will use about PM. He has never one day spoken anything wrong against Masob and Owazirike. We came here, we told our people, this is Eke, Orie, Afo, Nkwo. We are not missing it. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu says, if this generation fail to get Biafra, forget about it. Then he says, anytime he went to United Nations to speak about Biafra, everybody will get up and go. And he asked why, what is happening. Then when his gospel, I am cutting this message because it's many. When his gospel finished, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu gospel finished, he said he is tired of broadcasting. He is going to lead in front. This is gospel. This is 555 vision, Biafran gospel and the Bible. Old Testament and the New Testament. If the Bible continue to go on, every one of us will appear there. Now, when he said he is going to lead in front, he gave us Psalm, what we should do. He said, from this time, you will begin to hear different things. He called the OS. He told them, give this man a slot. He know the language he will use. The language our people want to hear, that is the language he is going to speak. Give him a slot. Work with him. Then, but before then, he says, time to separate the chaff from the wheat has come. And everything began. According to our sister Betty Ford, she reviewed a lot of things here. But cutting it short, when the OS began to attack, Koiki Media came up and said, look, you people are making noise. You are saying that Simon Eba is nobody. But where were you when he is having meeting with him and the Igbo and the Yoruba leaders that is seeking for Oduduwa? If Simon Eba is nobody, where are you people then? History is making itself. Then, if you take it back again to Bible, before Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, secret meeting, you talk about secret meeting. We bring it to Bible, then we bring it here in the reality. They told the people that went to fight for Israel, they say, if you need soldiers, take all these people to the stream. The people that will bend down to drink the water because everybody is hungry for freedom. Everybody is thirsty. The people that will bend down and drink water, the are not worried, but the people who will use their hands to pick it, carry the water and drink, watching the enemies, these are the people you have to go with. And this is exactly what is playing here today. How many are we? They set up 500,000 recruited Irats to come and challenge us. But we told them, we are the children of God. Chukwukika has called us to do this thing. We know when they came up with the matter of Idu and the Nelly and all those things, we say, we know our journey. We know where we are going. Here we are, because we know the way. Our PM say he has come to help Mazen Nnamdi Kanu restore Biafra. And there is something PM must have showed him before Mazen Nnamdi Kanu decided to say he is tired of broadcast. Go and follow another man that is coming. And that person is coming with a new dimension. The kind of game he is coming to play is top notch. Listen to him, share his video, and obey him. Then he write 13 commandments. And the number one of it is, do not attack him and do not interfere in anything, any of his order, because they are on oath. The same way Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was born is the same way Simon Ekpa was born. And a lot of people have different kind of stories that back it up. Mazi, I keep it here before I finish my program.
Thank you very much. That's wonderful. Deep, collect onto deep. Now I'm going to ask my Minister of Communications, who is also quite deep, who has been with us in all this. Mazi, I am going to play this Udele. There is one, I don't know. The place I used to see this kind of face is, normally when you watch all these movies, you will see all those three winches. You will see one of them will look like this. Why did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu hide from? Because the thing that made these people to run mad is that the thing they wanted to know that they did not know. No wonder our Prime Minister kept telling them from the beginning, even before we gave them vote of no confidence. Prime Minister, when he was still, the spokesperson, he told them, what you do not know is bigger than you. That thing they did not know, that they do not refuse to admit that they don't know, but they were still fighting the one that knows what they don't know. That's what turned them into vultures like this. Now we'll play this, and then you will be able to address Biafrans and tell Biafrans the reason why you believe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu refused to release this secret to them and decided to confide in our Prime Minister that have given birth to Biafra Republic government in exile now, and we are advancing this cause. Listen to what they said that is annoying them, that got them angry, and the reason is because what they do not know is bigger than them. But let's listen to the vultures speak.
Let me say something today before I will continue with this talking at the top. One of the reasons that make George Onizi got angry was because of time on the past. I don't know. If I don't know before, make I tell you now. Because George Onizi, he thinks say our leader bringing Simon Ekpa to back door. Say Simon Ekpa not follow the due process when he's supposed to follow. And if you check out, not true. Simon Ekpa did not follow the due process he's supposed to follow. Because if he says Simon Ekpa follow that due process, if he therefore decoder, and if you not get this the level where he get today, our leader gave him power while he was standing on his own. Should I say power, or recommended him when he was standing on his own? And that thing didn't get George Onibe mad. George Onibe confounded from the finance coordinator. He said it repeatedly on the radio. He said, this guy is not an IPOB member. He's not. He's eating too much deeply into IPOB. He's not a member. He should be limited. And I believe it was not only Jojo Nibe who we are seeing all those things from the beginning. Even me too, I was seeing it, I saw it coming. I saw it. If you follow the normal due process, with a member in Finland, he will be removed. He will be expelled, probably suspended. He never took oath. Jojo Nibe lamented on this particular thing. He's not an oath member. He's not an oath member. He's not an oath member. As if recommended him was not enough. A lot of things was still going on in that place. So they participate, whether they raise funds for IPOB. A non-IPOB member will go there that they participate. People who are dying, who are working tirelessly, who have done everything sacrificable to make sure the IPOB continue to sustain. You think they will see it and they will be happy? They will not be happy. That a non-entity of Simon Ekpa come from nowhere to dominate everybody. You think they will be happy about it? They say respect is given to those who respect is due for. They projected into a certain stage. If you say not be say, maybe our leader call it and realize there are people like these people that even they exist. Maybe by now, say maybe our leader cannot even mention our name. And forget it will come in more points. I believe all of us don't learn now. We have learned. We have learned.
He said they for not mention their name. My minister, I beg help me mention their name now. Tell them the reason why their names have disappeared and will never rise again.
Greetings to my ministers in the house. I salute all of you. When you listen to this lady, you can vividly make or draw a conclusion from where we call them e-rat, because the way she spoke like a rat. And she concluded that if to say now, our leader know for you done them because they be rat. They be rat, they make any effect for this Biafra liberation. Then when you now look at the person that is calling Prime Minister non-entity, hey, nah man.
Yes, I wanted to ask, what is her position? Because I don't know that girl.
That is one of the errats. Like she said, that if it is now, that Oyendu no for even mention their name because they don't merit to be mentioned. How can you be mentioning rats that will come out on the media and be talking like this? Now, she made a point, but you understand, the IPOB Nigeria that was created was for one Nigeria. In the sense that anytime you want to make a difference, you will be expelled. So the limitations will be there, that whatever MNK is doing, whatever it tries to do, they will use the command and control and one Nigerian strategy that was given to them to bring the person down. So if you were in the IPOB Nigeria under their control, whatever strike that you're pulling today, you wouldn't have achieved it. The government of today that we have wouldn't have come to be because they would have done everything to destroy it. That was the reason when MNK said, I am inside detention now, Radio Biafra slot should be given to the Prime Minister according to the way they came and told us that it was a slot. They said, we cannot give him the slot in Radio Biafra to say anything. That before we can do it, we must give him a condition. He must hand over his entire Biafra platform. So that by so doing, we will be able to shut his mouth up. We will control whatever he says. We will be able to unplug the transmitter while he is speaking, just like they did to Mazen Amikano. While he is speaking on the radio, they will unplug the transmitter in MNN, they will unplug the one in Abia, they will unplug the one in Enugu. So you will only be hearing Oyendu's voice in the Imo. When they want you to hear in Abia, they will connect it. When they don't want you to hear in Enugu, they disconnect it. When they want you to hear in Imo, they connect it. So, the secret bond between Onyendu and the Prime Minister today is the Biafran government that we have today. That secret bond gave birth to this Biafran government. That Biafran government, if all of you can remember, a caller that called into a program when Onyendu was broadcasting. He said, there will be a government and we will set up a government of the people, a government of Biafra. And then they said, when will it be? They say, we will not tell you when it will be, that Biafran government. Because if we tell you now, some of you will go and destroy it. Told it to them, pop and they were laughing about it. They were laughing. They did not know what was happening. Now, that secret bond between Onyendu and the Prime Minister is this Biafran government that has come, which if he had professed it to everybody before then, they would have found a way to destroy it. Just for example, ESN was formed to curtail the menace of the terrorists in our bushes. And then after forming the ESN, Ejiofor with the likes of the politicians, they made sure they went and killed the chieftain that was part and parcel of the foundation of the ESN. Can you see that? That is when they know anything about anything that will bring us light, they will try to destroy it. So just like this Iraq that said here now, that if our Prime Minister were to be part of them in the group that they say he must be, they would have destroyed his effort and they will not allow his effort to go to anywhere. They could have only destroyed his effort, but they could not destroy him because he is a man that is gifted from childbirth, and there is nothing that you throw at him that will stand because he has become the nightmare of one Nigeria as we speak today. Kidnapping Martin Nnamdi Kanu seems to have been a difficult thing and something that we found very hard to accommodate. But we've come to see in another way that it was the sea route to India to Biafran people. It has come to be the opening of the Red Sea for the Biafran people to walk past. If Onyendu was not kidnapped, if he was not taken to Nigeria, all of us wouldn't have come out. Throughout the time where Onyendu was here with us, never had the intention of speaking or bringing my face out in the media. I only brought and had the conviction of coming out to the media when Onyendu was kidnapped. And then I was following up and showing up in fundraising before Onyendu was kidnapped. Then when Onyendu was now kidnapped, I saw the kind of attack that was coming on the Prime Minister. They wanted to turn everything to Prime Minister to make him the bad guy, that is the one that kidnapped Onyendu. Whereas the real people that masterminded it are there. Because Prime Minister came out with light, was moderating many things, moderated interview of Onyendu with Ambazonia, moderated other meetings behind the scene, moderated fundraising where Onyendu took over 30 minutes to speak of him. If you have not watched that fundraising, go and watch the fundraising in May and April of 2021. We were all there. As at then, Onyendu was here. Our faces were not coming out to the screen. We were at the back door of the fundraising, always following up and watching. So what brought the demon out of all of us after kidnapping Onyendu? That we say we cannot continue to stay behind. It is time to come and give helping hand to the Prime Minister. That's when you start seeing all of us coming out. So if Onyendu was not kidnapped, I wouldn't have seen Ada Biafra Betty here now. You wouldn't have seen me. You wouldn't have seen Paul as brutal as he is today. You wouldn't have seen Bam 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 as he has become very Bam 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 today. you wouldn't have seen the worst venom in the Prime Minister today, that the two terrorists are crying from left, right, center. The 30 days lockdown of the Nigerian institution of their terrorist camps is ongoing. And we are asking those that can keep records. Have you recorded how many of the one Nigerian institutions we have brought down within the few days? 30 days is a long run. And within just how many days, we have created a legacy that you will live to remember. Ask the people of Anambra what happened to that place. Ask the other people from that road safety office and their firefighting unit. Ask them, please, all the places that we have burnt down and delegitimized, what is happening to them? And those that they sent to be going to keep watch. Before you go to keep watch in any secretariat, you go and secure house. You see, you must remember that you are the most stupid person on earth. The governors and the senators and ministers and parliament rulers and House of Assembly members, they are sleeping in their house, feeling the warm embrace of their wives and children and concubines and sugar daddies and sugar mommies. Then they now post you to go and do security guard, to go and guard the secretariat, to go and guard the police station and the army barrack, to go and guard the fire safety unit, to go and guard the road safety houses. When the angels of light are going around at night to perform their duty of the legitimization of one Nigerian institution, whatever happens to you, now you use your hand, carry on. Yes, because you should understand that we are at war. Yes, one Nigerian president, one Nigerian senator, one Nigerian defense ministers, they have said it openly that they are at war with the Biafran people. What they fought in the 60s to 70s, they did not finish. They were and that bond which the prime minister maintained through the anointing and the touch which extracted from the supreme leader is what has been able to give the Biafra Defense Forces the power of the legitimization. And we will continue. So we appreciate that bond, and we want Biafran people to understand that we heard of Master Prophet, we heard of Canon Takano, we heard of Emmanuel Fineboy, and we heard of Master Prophet's wife. We have heard of many, many people coming out to say they are families of Onyendu. We have also heard of Onyendu's wife. Now, have you heard of Simon Ekpa's wife in this Biafra liberation? Have you heard of Simon Ekpa's brother as Canon Takano in this liberation? Have you heard of,
even his village people? We have
I'm
never heard of his village people.
I'm asking now, have you heard of Simon Ekpa's master prophet as his in-law? Have you heard of the in-law of Simon Ekpa coming to make noise on the media? Have you also heard of Simon Ekpa's father or mother or nephew or uncle coming to make noise in the media? This is something you need to understand, that the Biafra liberation is not a family affair. We've gone past that stage, and when you hear the Prime Minister say, I did not come to fight this Biafra liberation with clean eye, you should understand what it means. Now, Prime Minister gets son and he get wife. But do you see him use them as determinant in Biafra? No. Rather, he is using you and me and the blood of Biafrans that are slaughtered on a daily basis as a determinant to fight to the finishing line. That is the difference you should understand. That the bond created between Onyendu, and the Prime Minister has gone beyond what ordinary eye can see and what you can just comprehend by connoting two things. No, you should understand that the hour has come and the time has come, and the man that has come to do the finishing is here to fight to the finish. He's not here to fight and then transfer it to our children to continue to fight. No. We will restore Biafra, and then what our children will do is they will continue to defend Biafra and keep it for themselves. And generations upon generations upon generations will come to be. And let us remind ourselves one thing before I drop the mic. Biafra had existed even more than 500 years before we came to be. The last map projected which we saw was the last map as of 500 years ago. So invariably, there are maps that has existed which we could not get reach to, exception of the one that we saw that lasted to 500 years ago. So Biafra had existed from time. Then, the zoo terrorists that you're talking about is something that came to be in 1960 that they said they had independence. Lord Lugard had to do forceful amalgamation in 1914. So between 1914 and 500 years ago, which one big pass? Now, Ojukwu came with his gallant men to defend Biafra and to sustain. They did not just wake up overnight and then decide to declare Biafra. Do you know what it means that you happen to be the governor of the East, you are stationed in Enugu, and then a train is coming from Kaduna, and then they loaded lifeless heads of Biafrans that were chopped off in the far north, babies, women, pregnant women, mothers, children, men, young and old. They severed their heads and then they packed all of them into the train. They now channeled that train to come to the last train station, which is in Enugu. The train came all the way from north, coming down to Enugu. When you, as the governor of the East, you opened the door of the train, all you could see was severed heads of babies, women, children, boys, girls, men, pregnant women, young and old. What would you have done? Why we had to declare Biafra? Because better we fight to death than to run away and become a coward and you're shot from your very behind. Because the person that is coming after you will aim at you very well as you are running. So you stand to fight, stand and fight to defeat. So kudos to our gallant men of the 60s to the 70s who fought the test of time. And Philadelphia still carried the Biafran flag when he said, no victor, no vanquish. And told them, if you do not treat the children of this Biafra well, they will grow up and then rise up again to become the monsters that you have never seen. Today, the symbol of that flag which he raised has come back to speak in every one of us. And we have a light, the Prime Minister, the pride of the Biafran people. All we need is all your support. Please, bring in all your tithe and offering and let us make sure we support the Biafran Liberation Army, the Defense Forces, resistance fighters, because money is over important now. Everything that has to do with fundraising is over important now. So call your friends and family and let them give. Thank you, my minister. Bam, bam, bam.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Powerful, powerful. You know, when my minister got to that point and said, wow, have you ever seen even village people, community members, you know? But Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, he saw something. He knew that Mazin Nnamdi Kanu had a good intention, honestly speaking. But he knew that that intention was already bastardized. Already people are already preparing nests of kin. People are already preparing in-laws. In-laws are already dragging their own right. You see this one now, this one that was looking like vulture. You see her already saying that they already gave Simon Ekpa too much chance. They should allow him. People that have been here since. People have been here. You think they will be happy? George Oyibe was very angry. Now, I'm going to play this next video and everybody's going to comment on this video. I don't understand. You know, the road we have taken before we got here is so unique. Sometimes I see these videos playing back and I ask myself, this thing is really new. This dimension is not just, is it a new dimension? It is a divine dimension. Our prime minister came out one day putting on cassock. Do you know what they call cassock? Cassock is what you wear as an ordained priest, anointed servant. And when you are under that cassock, you are under authority and power. And whatever you decree under that cassock, even those days, people that wear cassock, you know, Fadede, I remember those days, Fadede, when we go to Fadede, Fadelele, when Fadelele come out with the Elele cassock, the spirits will fear, they will run. We used to believe those days. And I tell you, it works. But this one is not fake. This is so genuine. Our PM, I began to ask myself, when did this man win? Because I know he has been into the marine. I know he is into politics. He's close to the corridors of power in Finland. But this level of priesthood, I didn't know he also had the grace. But this one was divine for the liberation of Mochineke. I will play it now, and then you will see what the Omoano vultures were saying. And then what they were saying, the Kasok priest, who has now evolved to become Prime Minister Supreme of Biafra, was decreeing and declaring, and he was canceling every engagement and assignment these people ever had with Biafra. He finished their project and he buried all of them. I will bring the Kasok priest, I will play it, and then we are going to judge. Let me bring it up now. This one shocked me. I'm telling you, everybody is going to comment on it. I'm not going to, from Betty, then my brother 555, and then Minister. Let's go. Let's listen to this video. It's a mixture.
I am talking to you, idiot criminals, as a bishop today. I'm telling many of you that IPOB on 28th of February is the end of IPOB. On 28th of February is the end of DOS. That they are now in charge. That when they finish with the IPOB, many of them will not see a road to go to meeting again. I can only replay such, but we are not going to dwell on them. Once again, Simon Ekpa is not IPOB member. God will say, no, you ascended as high as eagle, and though you set your nest among the stars in the earth, from there I will bring you down.
He said, from there I will bring you down. Now I want us to now judge the matter. How was he able to do this? You know, this man became, you know, anointed in every way. This cassock, you know the people that wear it, you know the authority in it. Now I'm going to give it to Betty. Then after you immediately finish, please, let's take it like two minutes. Then 555, and then my minister. What that, Betty? Please. This one, all body Kobo.
Yes. You know, I remember when our PM was dressing like that. That was around the period when Tinubu bribed so many fake bishops to dress just like that. And our PM was just replicating what they did, you know, in a very mockery and sarcastic way. Gentle mockery, you know. You see, the other guy that talked, what's his name again? The guy that spoke immediately.
Methuselah.
Methuselah, yeah. And the other one who is always living in denial. These are the people that were following Onyendu without knowing why they were following Onyendu. They are all there, you know, as yes members. Like now, if you hear the way my brother Paul 555 presented his case, you will see somebody who knew what he has come to do and the grounds of that thing he is doing, why he has to do it, or why he is doing what he is doing, or why he is a member. Because I know there is no conscription to this group or to Biafra liberation. Is not a jihadist. Nobody is forced. We all came here voluntarily. So, but some came without analyzing what they are going to do or what they have come to do, why they are here. Because I don't understand. You can never see, I hope that people will pardon me to say this. I have never seen Fulanese fighting each other. Whether the mission they are going for will be successful or not, you can never hear them fight or antagonize each other. Because the other one, the one that lives in South Africa, Chibuzo, from Newi.
Is it Ikenga? Ikenga Uruagu?
Somebody said we should stop calling him Ikenga. You know, Ikenga is a very big name, right? Anybody called Ikenga. Yeah, Chibuzo Egwatu. That guy talks from two sides of his mouth. There was a time he was saying that he's not an IPOB, that he has resigned from IPOB when he was getting ready to go for his mother's burial. Immediately he came back. He started again. And Onyendu expelled this guy. So I don't know what they are talking about. Look at Gumi is there. They can't talk about Gumi. All these terrorists are there. They can't talk about it. It's only this our PM that is always speaking like a man, and all of you here who work with PM that stand up, bring out your face. You don't hide your face. You don't cover your face. You don't care the consequences. From the onset, you all believe in Onyendu. Because to me, I do say that if you don't believe in Mazi Simon Ekpa, that means you don't believe in Onyendu. Because Onyendu did not hide it. He said, go and listen to Simon Ekpa. He is bringing a new dimension to this awareness we are making. You should share his messages accordingly. That's the way he said it. He never segregated. He never said DOS is the only exception. And he did not say it's only this group that we go and listen to him. So even in the Bible, if a master sends you message and you turn down the messenger, you have already turned down the master, which means you are sabotaging the master himself. You know, that's where I will stop this case, because our people, we forget very easily. We have a common enemy. No matter what all these people are saying about our PM, is it our PM? Is he talking of a different Biafra from the one they are talking about? Or is it not because of the same Biafra that our Onyendu was renditioned? So why are we now dividing ourselves? That means those who don't agree with what Onyendu told them to go and listen to, that means they didn't come for Onyendu in the first place. They came for a mission, a very different agenda, because this Egwatu said that he doesn't want anything that will jeopardize his political ambition in Nigeria. Suddenly he turned back again. So these kind of people, when they are talking, I see them as very irrelevant to what we are doing. You know, ndị Igbo si na onye chụpụrụ onwe ya n'ụgbọ ịgasị na ụgbọ abatara gị. Have you seen the length of the train? You cannot say na ụgbọ abatara gị. You know, they are the ones aiding and abetting anything that is encroaching with our struggle. They are aiding and abetting it.
Thank you, Wada Biafra. Thank you so much. I am handing over the microphone to you. Remember, 555. The man of God said something from the word of God there. The man of God, our prime minister, he said, the Bible, the word of God said, no matter how high you have gone, I will bring you down. And that was a prophetic, and it came to pass. So what do you have to say?
Yes, thank you so much. You know, our minister, Abarawa, brought out this message when he spoke about the digitalization of Nigeria. This Bishop Kasok, I want to just make a story here, a history here today. And when we make story, we will call evidence. When PM brought out this Kasok, there is a make color on too, I think. That was when Tinubu was doing campaign. I was marveled. Then I wrote him message. I said, can I call you? I have only 2 questions to you. You understand? Biafrans just hear this thing today. Then after a long time, he replied, he said, yes, you can call me. I say, I just want to ask you one question now. I say, this Kasok, which Tinubu just brought out the fake Aburu and they turned them to become pastors and bishops. How come you just bring out this Kasok and they make program, and the next day you bring another one? This was, I think this was 2022. You understand? When I called him phone for first time, I said, I want to know, because I went to sleep. I slept. I couldn't understand what happened. Then PM told me that he has this thing more than 10 years back. He told me,
wow,
yeah, you can copy, send it to him. You maybe it's a reminder. Now, the history has come. The first question you asked me before, that PM came to help Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to restore Biafra. Remember, when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was under Owazurike, PM made a prediction of division of Nigeria. It was in the newspaper. When he predicted that Nigeria will divide, that was 2009. But he said he is studying them to know how he will capture Nigeria. If you watch our PM, he says that they will fly like an eagle, but he will go higher and bring them down. That's why he says this restoration of Biafra is not a miracle. This one now he is handling. This one now he is the prime minister of the Biafran government. He said that this one is not a miracle. It is a template. The movement of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, restoration of Biafra, is the last miracle on this planet Earth. But you have to work on template. Template is what he is using. He said he will bring them down when they fly like eagle. You see DOS when they are flying like eagle. And let me call the attention of all Biafrans today that where we are now is the digitalization of Usman Danfodio agenda. Any other person that is fighting PM or fighting against restoration of Biafra is equally supporting Usman Danfodio agenda. And how do we destroy Usman Danfodio agenda? Please, it will be glad if you will play that message again.
Want me to play the message of Kasok or the Usman Danfodio? Because I have that Usman Danfodio on.
No, that Kasok.
The Kasok, okay.
Let the spirit return.
All right.
For people to understand.
Let me play it. 1 minute.
For people to understand what is really going on.
All right.
I am talking to you, idiot criminals, as a bishop today. I am telling many of you that IPOB on 28th of February is the end of IPOB. On 28th of February is the end of DOS. That they are now in charge. That when they finish with the IPOB, many of them will not see a road to go to meeting again. I can only replay such, but we are not going to dwell on them. Once again, Simon Ekpa is not IPOB member. God said, though you ascended as high as eagle, and though you set your nest among the stars in the earth, from there I will bring you down.
Hi, and he did. And he did. He brought them down.
Now, Ahmadu Bello says they are not going to give any space for anybody to work in Nigeria. They prefer to go to Lebanon and take people. They prefer to go to Britain and take people. That if people want to work in Nigeria, they are going to work under their own interest. Who is Ahmadu Bello? The descendant of Usman Danfodio. Then they descended on high like an eagle when Chibuzo Egwuatu came up, working under Ifeanyi Uba. Ifeanyi Uba was serving Shetima. Ifeanyi Uba was serving Shetima. The private jet of Ifeanyi Uba, according to him, is what they use to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria. Then they are now telling us he is not IPOB member because they are now working with Ifeanyi Uba, who is working under the agenda of Usman Danfodio. He said they will fly like an eagle, then he will bring them down. How is he bringing them down? With the template. The template then starts by removing Biafran struggle out of family affair. Then destroying all the cabals inside the struggle of IPOB. Then when all of them was destroyed, then he entered into the lawyers. He told Ifeanyi Ejiofor, he said, if truly you are looking for Biafra, that he has contact that will bring Biafra. The contact is what is happening here today. The Nigerian government and all of them has written to Finland government to go and rendition our prime minister. They told him this is not possible. And he first of all told Ifeanyi Uba Ifeanyi Ejiofor long time ago, that if you people really need Biafra, then that he has the contact that will bring Biafra. what is happening today. Ifeanyi then displayed when they said they will come back with a 25 armored tank to support one Nigeria under Usman Danfodio agenda. That is where the PM said, when they will fly like an eagle, he will bring them down. The origin of I will be your end. That I will be your end was referring to Usman Danfodio agenda, because the indigenous people in Nigeria is not finding peace is because of Usman Danfodio agenda. The original war have just started. All the ones we fought before has been just building foundation. But how do we fight Usman Danfodio? Is by building lobbies. The lobbies you are seeing today, liaison offices you are seeing today, that is how to destroy Usman Danfodio. And Nigeria have seen how Usman Danfodio agenda has been destroyed. And one thing everybody should know is no kingdom, no empire lasts forever. The empire of Fulani, Usman Danfodio, has been destroyed. And this is exactly what we are suffering and what we are fighting today. PM did not plead any other thing to Biafra today than to come and bring money, physical cash, because there are militaries. The warriors of Chukwukikabiam are there. So that the legitimization of Nigeria is the template we are working upon today. It's not a miracle. This is a planned game, a map. When you want to go and do something, you buy a wardrobe, you will read the pamphlet, then you will see how to set it up before it will stand. That is exactly what is happening. And that is how he tell them, you will fly like an eagle. Then he will bring you down. And every one of them is down today. Every one of them is down today. We see them setting up people who say they will do poison and all this thing, but this thing have turned up to become under our own benefit. They never want to speak concerning the wife of Tinubu that threatened Igbo people, the Oba that threatened Igbo people, but today they are publishing it. So my brothers, thank you. I will hold on for here now.
Wow, looks like our Minister of Communication lost his network. He would have spoken now. So I think we should be bringing it just almost to a close now. And I have one final video. I don't know if there are Biafrans on the line that wants to come in, because it's already midnight here. I don't know how far we can go. We shouldn't go more than 15 minutes more. Let me bring this video, as our brother has been talking and referring to Usman Danfodio and the legacy of Usman Danfodio. We have come to defeat them. And the Prime Minister actually made mention of it yesterday in his last broadcast. So I am going to bring it. I wanted our minister to make a comment on the cassock. Maybe when he comes back, we will give him that video. But meanwhile, let's listen to this and then we'll round up with this. We'll round up with this one. Let me play it so that Ada Biafra will say something. 555 says something and then we'll just round up.
Biafra will come. You either allow us to go in peace or you are going to remain pieces and Danfodio legacy. That legacy that every time they will be talking about Usman Danfodio, you will think that Usman Danfodio manufactured the aeroplane. You will think that Usman Danfodio manufactured a car, or he invented one inhaler machine or something like that. No, Usman Danfodio have a legacy for killing northern Nigeria, for killing Hausas, conquering them and turn them into what you see today, Hausa Fulani. That is the legacy that Usman Danfodio brought to northern Nigeria. And today, they have Usman Danfodio University. That is what they continue that particular legacy. That is the reason why the Fulanis are killing innocent Christians in the northern Nigeria and the Middle Belt. It is to continue the Usman Danfodio legacy, and I am here to end it. I will end it. The end of Usman Danfodio legacy will start from this year. I am telling you, go and mark it. It will start from December 2nd. Once we exit Nigeria, that legacy is gone, completely gone, because they will not have any other place to conquer. Is it us that you are going to cross our border to come and start saying you want to conquer Biafra? We did not conquer us when we were in Nigeria. So that will be possible.
Wow. Now, we are going to buttress this point as we give our closing remark. Our Prime Minister have established the fact that it is only him and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, only Mazen Nnamdi Kanu himself are the only ones that have stood on their ground to express their perpetual disdain or hatred for that animal kingdom called Nigeria. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said that God will use him to bring Nigeria to its knees. Master Manekpa have said that he is an instrument to make sure he end the Uthman Danfodio legacy that the Nigeria is fighting for, that he will end Nigeria. These two. And then how can somebody sit down there and you are deceived that this man that just spoke, that you heard his voice, he has been speaking consistently like this, and Nigeria has been bearing and receiving heavy woto, and they are looking for how to stop him. Then somebody will deceive you that he is working with Nigeria. Nigeria is paying him. So if that is the way Nigeria want to destroy themselves, by paying us to destroy themselves, I volunteer myself, let them give me money. I have decided to make sure I destroy them. Nigeria, pay me, I want to destroy you. Since some people have been deceived to say, Nigeria is paying Simon Ekpa to destroy them. I'm going to give Nwada Betty the microphone. You just heard what our Prime Minister said there about Uthman Danfodio and how he has determined to bring an end to the useless legacy of Uthman Danfodio, the legacy of murder, legacy of bloodshed. Will bring it to an end and will establish Biafra. Because with the establishment of Biafra, there will be nothing like Uthman Danfodio, whatever nonsense. Please, Ada Biafra, carry on. Oh, hold on. I think I muted from this end. Okay, Ada Biafra.
Am I coming out?
Loud and clear, yeah.
Okay. My
Oh.
brothers and sisters.
My minister is here. I didn't even know that Minister Sonny is there. Okay, Ada Biafra, lay your foundation.
Yeah, let him go ahead. Yeah.
No. The video that Minister will talk on is the cassock. I don't know if Minister, you heard the cassock. You have not given your own
okay. Submission
on how our Prime Minister suddenly becomes, the Bible says that God is Jehovah. Jehovah is the self-becoming one. He becomes everything. So Jehovah himself can anoint his servant to also become everything. You see Kasok with anointed cap and he declares a thing and it comes to pass. I don't know what you have to say about that, Minister.
Minister 555 said something before. When Gideon was selected, those that will go for the war, they were given a test. And those that were able to pass the test are those that happened to go for the war. So, all the people that gathered like dust, when the wind blew, that was when you were able to identify them in their real sense, that they were really dust. There were no stones, there were no rocks that could stand their ground. Because breeze, no they fit carry rock. Breeze can only carry dust. What prophecy or pronouncement did the Prime Minister did when he was in his bishop's suit that did not come to pass? The 28 that they were shouting about, did the 28 not come? And did the fulfillment of 28 not exemplifying itself today? The pronouncement of that 28 that day will be no more. It has happened. And they are no more today. We can't even see them. You see, many of them are speaking from Nigeria now. Many of them are speaking from Nigeria. That is how degrading they have become, because they can't even stay in the far abroad country again to speak. Someone that said he's fighting Nigeria went to Nigeria, and Nigerian Army, Nigerian Air Force, Nigerian Navy, and Nigerian Police are the ones guarding him, escorting him from point A to point Z. No wonder they said they had political career in Nigeria. So, like they were deceiving people and they were on top of the mountain. The pronouncement of the Bishop of Biafra was that he will bring them down from the top of that mountain down to the bottom, from top to bottom.
From top to bottom. Top to bottom. Top to bottom.
They came down and shattered. Today, who is talking about IPOB Nigeria? I just wish that 7,000 teeth, Methuselah, he came Kauragu, and what was the other one? The other rat that was here before that spoke the first time. And many of them,
Is it Paul Achebe?
Methuselah.
I wish all of them can just go and sit down and rewind the CD, watch the movie, and see how things have been since when MNK was kidnapped, the kind of role that they were playing, what they did to, even when MNK is coming to court, even when we enacted civil disobedience, and what their reactions were, when we said boycott all boycottables, and even when we said there will be no elections in Biafra land. They made efforts to sabotage the one in Anambra and collected money and sent some innocent people to go and vote, and some of them were killed. Then Soludo came out and said he has been having meeting with them prior to his inauguration. He opened his mouth and confessed and said that they are ready to sell over the ESN, the IPOB, to him so that he will give them some money and they will become amnesty. You can imagine the IPOB Nigeria. So now, remove the Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, from the scene now, and then look at what Biafra issue or Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name would have been today. And then look at what our faith would have become as Biafrans. You see, now is where you can sit down and then determine and tell how many people died from the beginning of this month that passed to the end of the month. And when you check, you see that recently in Zamfara State, over 250 were slaughtered in broad daylight by Fulani terrorists, where they say they have a Senate president, they have a governor, they have ministers, and they have senators coming from their places. And they have police, they have Air Force, they have army, they have traditional rulers, they have all sorts of things. These are what would have been the case of Biafrans and Biafra land if we were still in the hands of IPOB Nigeria. But with the Prime Minister, he identified the problem. The problem of Biafra, the problem of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not actually one Nigeria that led. It was the lukewarms that were surrounding Onyendo in IPOB. So the Prime Minister had to do what? To figure out first and foremost and to remove them. Removing them means destroying them, blow them off. When you blow them off, finish before we now start to put things right. So I want them to go and check from that 28 that they were clamoring, coming down to today, what is their fate? Have they not been destroyed? The only thing that you can hear now people talk about is Biafra government, Biafra Republic government, and Simon Ekpa. They say Simon Ekpa is not a member of IPO. They say Simon Ekpa is not an old member. They say Simon Ekpa is not this and that. But it is Simon Ekpa that is negotiating with the international community. It's Simon Ekpa that is talking for Biafrans. Nobody knows you, 7,000 teeth. Nobody knows again. He said he has resigned. Have you ever heard of somebody say, I have resigned in freedom fighting? Have you ever heard of somebody say, I have resigned in freedom fighting? That means
Well,
you were not fighting for freedom. You were on a contract. So maybe
exactly.
you have signed on your contract. So you were working for one Nigeria, and you have seen that your bottle has been blown up. So you say, I have resigned, so that you can go and continue your political career. Hey, when you do so far. But we thank God that God gave us the finisher that has come to finish the legacy of Uthman Danfodio. I salute all of you. They were my minister from there.
Ndewo. Thank you so much. Please let's just bring this to a close. At least, if possible, 2 minutes of closing remark. Wada Betty, the last video, just in 2 minutes, you give your submission and a closing remark as well, so that we'll be able to, short it at least 1 hour 40 minutes. Please go ahead, Wada Betty.
Yes, thank you, my people. Thank you, my two ministers. I love you two so much, the way you administer us. And my people, there's no long sermon in evening service. We have mentioned everything. When our PM said that he has come to finish the Usman Danfodio legacy, Usman Danfodio came from Sahel to conquer and dip his Quran in the Red Sea. And he's not just dipping it in a very friendly manner, but in a very, very toxic and a dehumanized way, by killing people, terrorizing everybody. They are still doing it till today. That is one thing I'm saying that we Biafrans should learn from the Fulanese, not giving up on what we believe in, because that legacy that Usman Danfodio left for his children, they are still doing it till today. You know, Ngobosi said that during their time, Tafawa Balewa and the first son of Usman Danfodio, Ahmadu Bello, they were using them. They used them to capture this Kwara state. So anybody who is looking at the way things have been going on in the past, we see that it is the same trend till today. Using the military, using the police, the Air Force, Tucano aircraft to subjugate us and to suppress us, to put fear in us, because most of the time they will commit all this crime. You will see them videoing it and throwing it on the internet to scare us. We have seen it all.
Yes.
There is nothing we haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
So our PM who said that he has come to end the legacy, are you not seeing it? They play, they show. Yes, it's clear. So he has actually come to end the legacy. We should not leave him to do it alone. You know, we have to support him financially, no matter how little. My people, charge your pockets, because in all the things we have said today, the nitty-gritty is that whatever our Prime Minister is doing or going to do requires funds. That's where our talk will end today. Charge your pockets. I know it's hard, it's difficult, but it won't be long, my people. He has come to end that legacy, and that legacy we will help him to end. Thank you, my people.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I'm going to also give my Minister of Communication the microphone to also round up. But before then, I want you, Biafrans, to understand that every program we are doing is to make you understand that you have something to do. You have something to bring to the table. We can turn any of our program into fundraising. If we are media, if media is live and it touches you to know that we are doing well, the Prime Minister is doing well, and you have something to support the PM, and you want the world to know that you are part of it, you can call us in any of our programs. As we are doing program, that's why our numbers are always there. You can see the number of my my information minister. His numbers are there. My number is there. Vision 555 is there. Betty Ada Biafra number is there. You can also call for this special IOU loan. You can call the number of the finance minister. In our programs, you can make this call. Tell us what you want to do and how you want to support. Just do that, and then you are good to go. And my minister, this talking about, closing the what do you call it, the legacy of Uthman Danfodio. This is what our prime minister have decided and have made up his mind it will end. There are so many people that have sold their soul, like this bingo here. And this bingo here, there's something unique about this picture I'm going to show you. This one, since Tinubu came, he has decided to become instrument of Uthman Danfodio in the international stage. But one funny thing is that he belongs to the former. He can never be in the present. He is in the former. Why do I say so? Let me enlarge this picture to show you what I mean. Chief Femi Fani Kayode Sadakin Shinkafi, the only relevance he had was in the past. Former Minister of Aviation, former Minister of Culture and Tourism, former. He can never be in the present. He has served Uthman Danfodio. He has now made himself instrument to fight Israel. And the best thing that can ever happen to him is that he will be in the former. Our prime minister have made up his mind to make sure that Nigeria will become history. All these things will become history. They will be in the former. They can never be in the present. Please, my minister, put your mouth in this and use it as your closing remark. They will be in the former. They can never be in the present. Hey, why did I lose my minister? Hey, again, who is this one that's calling me in the middle of this program? Hello? 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 You are watching the program. You are calling me. Yeah, why are you calling? We didn't ask people to call. After why are you calling? He's watching the program. He put it on speaker and he's calling me. I thought he had something to say. Anyway, I don't know. Biafrans, you can see how, because of stomach infrastructure, people can sell their soul to the devil. This one, he used to be a Christian, a tongue-talking Christian, a spiritual man. He even tried to deceive Mazin Nnamdi Kanu to claim that he is with Biafra, that he supports Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. But today, he is effectively working for the enemies of freedom. He is effectively working for the Janjaweed. Look at him, stomach infrastructure bingo. Look at him. And he is in the former. He is in the past. He can never come in our present. That is what our prime minister have resolved to do to the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom. Nigeria will never rise again. Never. Just like we have destroyed all the political criminals in Biafra land, they will never rise again. Soludo will never rise again. Hope Uzodinjo will never ever rise again. You see Oluwalemba, he will never rise again. Their chapter has been closed. They have been concluded. They are finished. They will never ever rise again. I don't know if Minister Sonny has his network has disappeared. All right, and
Yeah,
you have something to say
we
so
have
that
to close now.
yeah, we have to close now. All right, thank you very much, fellow Biafrans. Thank you, lovers of
Thank
freedom.
you.
Yeah, for joining us
Thank
in
you.
this joint broadcast, and I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. Catch you phone.
Thank you, my people. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I don't have any jingle here. I would have played jingle. Okay, Sonny have come back. Mazi, what thing that happened to your network now? Give us your closing remark.
Network will make a better me. Yes, I salute all of you once again. The Afon That Afonja that you showed his face on the screen before, these are one of the things that we have to end, because when you saw Tifinubu said that the Fulani terrorists and the Afonjas, that they are one. Some people did not even understand it very well. But since the invasion of Israel, you have seen how Femi Fani-Kayode has become a willing tool to the Islamic jihadist terrorists. But that's not what we want to talk about today. We want to appreciate Biafrans, who have been here with us from the very beginning to this very time. We salute all of you, and we say, please remember that the Biafran government 30 days lockdown of the Nigerian institutions are ongoing. You have seen where we are brought down, and the news are flying everywhere. Do not be a victim of one Nigeria. Stay clear and exercise 2 to 3,000 miles and kilometers away from the facilities of one Nigeria. Yes.
The network is really dealing with my minister.
Because you don't know, angel of light will strike.
Yes. Mazi Sani, the network no agree this night, but you've been there okay before. The network no agree at all. Okay, dear friends, Kachifoni, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Wada Betty, good night. Good night.